Hello everyone, it's Brian Black here again, and today we're going to do a new tutorial, and this one's going to be very basic. So if you already know shortcuts and your way around Photoshop, this isn't really the tutorial that you're going to want to watch. But for the people who want to know a little bit more about Photoshop and quick ways to get around Photoshop, then this is the tutorial for you. Today I am going to show you some of my favorite shortcuts that I use in Photoshop 24/7. Every time I open up Photoshop, these are the buttons I'm always pressing, clicking, using. You know, these are the buttons that are going to matter the most. So we are going to work with layers and shortcuts. Those are the two main things. So please, if you would open up an image, if you want to follow along, just any image, something that's possibly got a lot of dirt, dust, something that you want to maybe take away from the image, something that you look at and you go, I wish that wasn't there, I kind of want to get rid of it. Because that's what we're going to do here first. So in this image, as you can see, we have a lot of dirt, a lot of random things here. So let me show you a little bit of what we are going to do and how we're going to do it. I've already made a layer of what's going to happen. So let's just quickly see what happens. So when I click the retouch layer, because I retouched it, you notice that all that dirt is gone. It looks very clean. It's such a clean image. I am going to show you all the shortcuts I used to make this a lot more faster, like a faster process. So what we're going to do is retouch all this crap out, and I'm going to show you how. So some of my favorite shortcuts we use are things like Command J. I probably mentioned that in my first one. We're going to create new layers with shortcuts. We're going to be able to switch through tools really fast just by one single click of a button. Not click, one push of a button. And that's really about it. I mean, it's just that simple. Just a few button clickings and that's it. Or button pushings, sorry. So, one thing, sorry. This is one of my favorite things. I always do what's called full screen, and that's the F button. So when you open up all your images, they're going to come out like this. They're going to have this little window. Sometimes that's not always the best way to work in. So what I like to do is click F. If you click the F button, this works for Mac and Windows. It'll open up in full screen. You'll get this like black background, or it might be white depending on which Photoshop you have. But if you keep clicking F, it does change the background, gets rid of the stuff on the sides. But for now, we're just going to keep it right here. One click of the F button when you open up your image will bring you here, and that's perfectly fine. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to be on this background layer right here. You're going to click that. And I showed you before how to make a new layer, or how to copy this layer. You would drag it down here, and it would make a new layer. But I mean, come on, nowadays we like things to go fast, fast, fast. So we're going to delete that. And what we're really going to do here is we're going to hit, then this is on Mac, it's Command J, and doing that automatically makes a copy of whatever layer you have selected. So on a Mac it's Command J, and on a Windows it should be Control J. I mean, in Windows, everything that I say in Command for Mac, Windows it'll be Control. Just know that. So let's do Command J again. Let's make that layer, and I'm gonna retouch all this stuff out. Basically, this layer right here is gonna be for getting rid of all this dirt. So we're just gonna call it retouch, and that's it. I'm gonna type in retouch, and we're gonna go right ahead into it. Now, to get to my favorite tool for retouching, we are gonna hit just the J button, and the J button over here, as you noticed, brought up our spot healing brush, and that is one of my favorite tools to use ever. And basically we're going to make sure we come up here and see that it's on content aware. Content aware is, it is just simply amazing. Like, it's not going to fix the biggest problems on your image, but it will definitely help. Now, here's a couple more shortcuts I'm going to throw at you really quick, but hopefully you'll catch on as we continue on to a couple more images, or as we work onto this image. So for me, it's Command plus on a Mac. For Windows, it's Control plus. Just remember that. So this is how you zoom in and out of an image. This is one way to do it. There are multiple ways, but this is just one way I do it. So Command plus will bring you into the image, just like that. You're zooming in. Command minus brings you out. Beautiful tool. When you're retouching, you want to make sure you're in close. You want to see what you are retouching, because you don't want, a brush that is big and you're trying to retouch these small things, because I mean, it might work, but as you can tell, that whole spot got really blurry. That's not what I want. So we're going to zoom in, we're going to work on this image, and it's going to go really smooth. So, oh, here's another shortcut that I like to do. Control, Option, or Alt. I think mine says Option, Alt, but Control, Alt, I believe it's the same thing on a Windows. Hold those two buttons and left click and move your mouse left and right. That is your brush size. You're changing the size of your brush. You can see that right there in the diameter, how it's changing. Now move it up and down while holding down. You're changing the hardness of your brush. This right here is the shortcut you're all going to need to know, because this is the most useful. Because as you're going through retouching, you may be retouching something big like this. You're going to have your brush big. Next thing you know, you're going to be coming in over here to something small. So you're going to need to, move really quickly into smaller brushes. So, I mean, if you want to get efficient at this, that is the shortcut to know. Make sure you know that shortcut, because it is amazing. Alright, so we're just going to come in here, retouch a little bit of this stuff, and here's the other shortcut. I know I'm throwing so many shortcuts at you. To move around an image, hold your spacebar and left click and grab around. You're going to be moving around your image so much because you're going to be zoomed in. You're going to be like coming over here, I got to get rid of that, all of that, make my brush smaller, oh my god, get that one and that one. We're just going to kind of click through. You're going to need to come up here, make it bigger, oh my god, look how big that is. And you're just going to want to get rid of that. And here you go. Give it a couple seconds, it's gone. Make it a little bit smaller. Move around your image really fast. I mean, you don't have to do it fast. I mean, if you're new at this and you want to get used to it, take your time, really. I'm just so efficient at it, I guess you could say, that I move around fast. I totally messed up over here, so I'm going to see if I can even fix that somehow. I probably can, or not. Maybe I'm just going to make it worse. Let's pretend like I didn't make it worse, and that it looks really nice. But that is basically all the tools you need for retouching. I mean, unless you're doing some heavy retouching, but these are the basic tools you need for retouching. Now let me quickly go over what we talked about. So first of all, I mentioned full screen. So you can hit the F button, go full screen. After that, I mentioned how to make a new background layer. That is Command J on a Mac and Control J on a Windows. And that made a copy of a background, or a copy of a layer that you have selected. Next, I told you about how to zoom in and out of images. That is Command or Control, depending on which one you have, plus and minus. Plus brings you in, minus brings you out. And after that, I taught you about one of my favorite retouching tools, the spot healing brush. And all you have to do is click J, and that takes you straight there. Now, the other one I just want to teach you, just in case you want to get back to the move tool, which is the one up here, that is V. So watch me switch between these awesome two tools, J and V. I'm switching right back and forth between these two. So that's how simple it is. And every single one of these tools has a shortcut code. You just scroll over it, and right there in that parentheses, it tells you what letter or number to press. So I mean, it's just that simple. So if you feel like this helped you and that you can move on by your own without my help with finding out shortcuts, go on. Go to the sidebar, look at them, learn them. They're very important and very, very helpful. So I feel like I forgot one more. Oh, the spacebar for moving around. That's important. That's good to know. So we're moving in, we're coming around. Oh, and one last one. Control Alt, Control Option, depending on, I guess, which computer you have. Hold that, click and move left and right. You can change your brush. Most important thing you need to know when you have a brush is that command. It has helped me save so much time. I can't imagine someone not knowing that. And now that you know it, please use it. Alright, so that's about it for that image. Hello everyone. I'm sorry I had to cut that off so quick, but I actually went a little too far in my tutorial. But if you found that very helpful and you want to see more of me giving you tutorials, then please like and favorite this video and make sure to leave me a comment telling me what you liked about it.